It really does look like shit compared to the other.
It's horrible.
So we had our well drilled yesterday.
If you're new here, I'm Megan and this is Beau and our daughter Beckett. For 10 months now, we've been living on our land in northeastern Washington while building a shop house. We've had our struggles and we didn't pass inspection. And we've had our successes along the way. But each day we are closer to moving in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join us on this wild ride. What are we working on?
Our filling station over here. We'll do this half.
Drywall?
Drywall.
Or tape the walls. Why? Because we have to, see all those seams? We have to put tape over them.
Because for some reason, society hasn't come up with a better way to finish the interior of a house.
So yesterday, Beau worked on doing some hot mud. I made sure screws were nice and flush with the walls upstairs. Haven't done the upstairs yet.
Me, Dad.
And today we're gonna go back to taping. It's a big old process, so it's kind of hard when you only have like an hour or two to work to get the bazooka out because it's a mess, and cleaning it alone takes
Like
a good half an hour
So
to clean up everything. So
when you start at 4:30, 5 o'clock every day, and then
yeah,
tape for an hour, hour and a half, and then clean for a half hour.
yeah.
It's Friday afternoon. Got off work a little early, so I don't know. It's 3 o'clock or something.
We got our mud and clothes on.
Got our mud and clothes on. Try to get a few hours in. I'd like to get this big room done today. Pretty ambitious, but we're gonna get after it.
We have to both be in the scissor lift at the same time, so it might not go quite as fast as it does when we're on the ground, but here we go. Okay, so we just finished taping all of the flat seams. Is that what they're called? Yeah, these ones. Vertical seams on the walls, and now we're gonna move on to doing the ceiling. We'll see how this goes. It shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna start with all the short seams that run this way. And then, what? Yeah, they're not very big, and we're gonna have to like.
Actually, I have a better idea.
Oh, okay.
We'll get lined up because we could reach the whole seam
Right.
rather than we'll go this way just like we're going to.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so here we go. Onto the ceiling. Going up.
You're right.
We set out to finish taping this room tonight. We did it. We have over the second story to finish. But other than that, it's done. Well, corners too.
Pretty damn
Oh
close.
shit! We didn't do the, look right here. What? Look at this. Oh. Okay, we're almost there. Apparently we got angry Zeus. Are you emptying it right now? Anyways, after I fix this seam, we're gonna call it a night, make some dinner, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. So we'll see you then.
Figured I'd show you the easiest way that I found to put the mud in the bucket. So open your bucket up, cut these flaps off, take your bag, fold it over, nice and neat like that. I've seen some people take the bag out and cut a hole in the bag and like squeeze it out. Take this, just kind of knock it against your bucket. Comes out very nice and clean.
We just did our weekly run to Home Depot. We got some parts to finish the shower, the spare shower, so we can put the tub down so we can finish the drywall in there. We got more drywall tape because we ran out yesterday twice. So we're just enjoying a dreary walk right now. And then we're gonna get back to work.
So we ran out of, we were using Fiberfuse. It's fiberglass tape rather than paper tape. So I don't know if I showed it to you before, but this is just regular paper drywall tape. I think this is what people have been using for years. But
Since the turn of the century.
we started with fiberglass, or Fiberfuse tape is the brand name. And it is substantially easier to use out of a bazooka. For one, if you don't completely coat the tape for some reason out of the bazooka, usually when you start, it actually doesn't apply enough mud right away. So you can come back and literally just smear mud through the tape. With this stuff, it's not permeable, or as permeable, I should say. I don't think it's permeable, maybe. Anyways, if you don't have it on the backside, you have to basically take it off, apply mud to the backside, and then put it back on. So I would recommend using Fiberfuse. Definitely not a sponsor, but just a big fan of the product. Paper tape sucks.
It doesn't cut as easy. So like if you have a wrinkle in it, and you can make a relief cut, with the Fiberfuse it cuts super easy. This stuff cuts it's like a lot harder to cut. And if you can't push the mud through it, so like if there's a big glob right here, it doesn't just like squirt out like it did with the fiber. You have to like drag it really hard to get it out to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it appears to be laying down fine.
It's just not as easy. So if you're a first time trywaller,
There's a wrinkle there with Fiberfuse, and literally just basically absorb it.
my ladder needs
When we started this, I read that the Fiberfuse was an easier product to use. That's why I intended on using it. But with the crazy world we're living in right now, A, everyone is building, and B, we're on the tail end of COVID, so stuff is still not easy to find. Hopefully, depending on when you guys see this, maybe the market will have balanced a little bit and it'll be easier to find, but plan ahead, just like everything else. That's been literally our biggest struggle with building this place right now is we know what we want, we know what we need, but it's not readily available in our location, so plan ahead. Are you recording? Is this on? So we're gonna start here in Becca Lee's room. try these corners. We haven't tried one yet. We tried one by accident.
Are we doing the inside corners or outside corners?
Outside corners are the other piece of equipment.
Right. So we're gonna try the roller thingy here.
Yep.
So you'll put the tape on and then.
You'll roll.
Okay.
I just leave that mud pan in here in case you need it. I'm just going around and knocking these big chunks off. When we run our flat box over them, it doesn't give us any hits. So again, we rented all these tools from it's called Ames nationwide, but apparently you start with this roller. So you apply the paper or the tape just like we did with the bazooka. Roll it, and then this comes and basically takes place of your knife and pan.
Okay. Did you talk about how the bazooka works for the corner?
Yeah, there's this thing called the creaser wheel. So after you roll it on, or as you're rolling it on, you stick that up in there and it folds it down into the corner.
So we're giving up on this. It's honestly just a lot harder. We're not used to it. It's way messier. It's not sticking. It keeps getting stuck actually in the bazooka, which we haven't had any issues with the fiber getting stuck in there. So, and again, we rented it. We don't want to ruining it or anything like that. So I'm just hand taping a few little places that we missed. And then we're gonna switch gears because again, we don't want to break the bazooka. So I'm gonna get these little chunks done. We did get 2 corners done before we're giving up, but we're just gonna have to find some of the Fiberfuse tape because it's so much easier to use. And you know, when you're doing it yourself, ease of use is a big bonus for sure. So we're gonna switch gears. Beau's gonna do some hot mud, and I am going to drywall windowsills. Ew, that's gooey. All right, so yesterday we attempted, we were out. Hey, today! We were out of the Fiberfuse fiberglass tape, and so we attempted using the paper tape, and it kept jamming the bazooka. And it was, hold on, location change, hold on.
Go ahead.
You said.
Like, look at this even.
Oh, I know, they're way worse. Like, I don't know if it's, the paper needs to be more wet or what, but. Anyways, we did it in here. We did get the office, all the flat seams finished. They're definitely not as pretty as the fiberglass ones. They're way more ripply. And again, we've never done this before. I don't know.
Go ahead, keep going.
I don't know if the mud needed to be more wet than we had it, so it didn't do that. But they're horrible compared to what the fiber looks like. So anyways, we researched all night trying to find more of the tape that we've been using. And I mean, it's like almost triple the cost on Amazon. The place that we originally got it from is out. It's on back order for who knows when. Beau ended up finding somewhere this morning that sells it, but still for more than what we paid for it originally. And then I contacted the people we got the drywall from, the drywall supply company today, and they had it. So I already had to go to town. If you saw my post on our Instagram story, rock went through my windshield, so I had to go get my windshield replaced this morning. So I was able to bop on over and pick up some more of the fiberglass tape. So we're gonna get after it and hopefully get a lot of the corners done. We were worried because Beau has to go to town for work this week too, that we weren't gonna make any progress because the stuff that he did find isn't gonna be here until Thursday and he'd be gone. So we're basically losing a whole week of drywall. But we found it.
So we bought way more than we needed.
Yeah, I was erring on the side of too much.
And now I guess we have to build another house. The Fiberfuse is definitely more forgiving.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing.
Right. I was telling her I was watching a video on the guys using the bazooka and then the corner roller and the corner skimmer. And a well-seasoned crew literally does this room in under 5 minutes. And I mean, they were getting after it, and they were using tape, and I mean, tape's been around forever, so obviously it can be done.
Yeah.
Just takes a little more skill than we currently have, so.
And we haven't tried it. I mean, again, we could probably mess around with the consistency of the mud and that might do something,
Yeah,
but
it must play a lot more into it.
yeah. It really, if there's not, because when it comes out of the bazooka, if it's not soaked, well, it doesn't even really absorb it, but if it doesn't have a bunch of mud on it, it won't even stick to the wall. And if you try to add it to the top, it just bubbles out. So it was a mess. We were
For everyone
had it
that's
everywhere.
never done it and you're gonna use a bazooka, get Fiberfuse.
Yeah, or the Fiberfuse Max. They're both the fiberglass.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get after it.
I'm going to say hi. Say hi. Say I'm a messy puppy. Look. Can you say hi? Your breath stinks. You stink. Well, yesterday we got all of the internal corners done upstairs with the exception of the deep closet. We're gonna have to do those by hand without using the tools. So today we're gonna start in the master bedroom, bathroom, gym area, try to get all of those done, and then we'll see where we go from there. Yesterday was a little bit of a learning curve. We are using 2 new tools now, so Beau's rolling with the bazooka, and then there's a roller. Super easy to use, actually. It makes it fantastic to do the corners. You literally just kind of start in the middle and then roll up and down. And then, what's the other tool called? There's another tool called, it's essentially like the knife, but it's on a stick. I'll show you. And it took some learning. So it scrapes it like your knife would, but you want to make sure that there's mud in it, and then it helps push it onto there. And this took a little bit of learning yesterday. Once Beau figured it out, it was nice and makes the corners go a lot quicker. So hopefully we can get even farther today. It's only afternoon now, so we've got plenty of time to see how far we can get going. We're trying to get done with the bazooka so we can return it, so we're not paying for it. So that's where we're at, but highly recommend using these tools if you're thinking about drywalling yourself. And we've never drywalled before this. We've always paid to have this portion done. What?
Talking to the dog.
Oh. We've always paid to have this done in the past, so this is all new to us. These tools are new to us. Doing it by hand is new to us, but I would highly recommend, if you're gonna do it, get the tools. And now, it's officially mud season.